Hello, and welcome to JEFS Civil Training. In this video, we will go over how to view your cases, your documents, all of your firm cases, and all of your firm's documents. From this home screen, you will go to the My Case View pod and click the Manage Cases link. You will then come to this page for My Cases by default. You have four options along the top: My Cases, My Documents, All Firm Cases, and All Firm Documents. For My Cases, this allows you to see your current cases. For My Documents, this will display all documents from your current cases. All Firm Cases will show all current cases in which any attorney in the firm is representing. And then All Firm Documents will display all documents on those cases. For all of these options, you will only be able to view ongoing cases and cases which were closed or terminated recently in the last 90 days. If the attorney is no longer on a particular case, or if they have been removed from the case will not be visible in My Cases. To begin, you will need to search for your cases. You can search for one case at a time by using the Case ID field, or you can search for all cases that are of a certain case type. You can also narrow down your results by searching with the filing date range and the case status. Remember that the filing date range is based on the case filing date and not the document filing date. Once you have searched, a list of cases or the case that you searched for will be displayed below. To view a case, click the row for the case number that you want to see. The case details will then be displayed below that table. The top section is your case summary, and that will display your case ID and case title. Next is your parties section, which will display all parties that are on the case. And then you also have your events section, which will display any events that have been added to the case. And then continued on the next screen, you have your docket section, which will display all dockets that have been added to the case. Please note the sealed or in-camera columns. If a document is sealed or in-camera, there will be a Y in that column. Lastly is your document section. This will list all of the PDF documents that are on the case. To view a PDF, you can click the PDF icon to either download or open the PDF on your computer. Clicking the Add button will take you to the Submit Filing screen so that you can add or modify parties, documents, or fees to the case. Your next option at the top is My Documents. This allows you to search for all the documents on your ongoing cases or recently terminated cases. You can either search by case ID or by case type. You can also use the filing date range or a docket code to narrow down your results further. And then once you have searched, to view a document, you can click on the PDF icon next to the document that you wish to view. If a case document is marked as in camera, you will not see this PDF icon. Instead, you will see a Y in the in camera column. If a case is marked as sealed, you will be able to see the document as you are a party on the case. You will also see a Y on the sealed column. Next is All Firm Cases. All Firm Cases will show all current cases in which any attorney in the firm is representing. To begin, you will need to search for the cases. You can search for one case at a time using the Case ID field, or you can search for all cases that are of a certain case type using this drop-down. You can also narrow down your results by searching with the filing date range or the case status. Once you click Search, a list of cases will be displayed below. To view, click the row for the case that you want to see. The case details will be displayed down below, similar to the view in My Cases. You will be able to view your case summary, parties, events, dockets, and documents. And then your last search option is All Firm Documents. All Firm Documents will display all documents on cases represented by attorneys in your law firm. You can search by case ID using the Case ID field, or by case type using the drop-down. You may also use the filing date range or docket code to narrow down your results further. To view a document once you have searched, you can click on the PDF icon next to the document you wish to view. If a case document is marked as in camera, denote it with a Y in the in camera column, you will not be able to see the PDF icon. If a document is marked as sealed with a Y in the sealed column, you will only be able to view the document if you were given access or are a party on the case. This concludes our presentation portion of Manage Cases. I will now take you to the demo portion of this training. I'm going to be using our test environments to show demos during the course of this training. Please refer back to the JEFS 101 videos on how to access JEFS. As I'm already logged into JEFS, from this home screen, you will use the My Case pod to manage your cases. I'm going to click on Manage Cases, and by default you will be directed to the My Cases screen. You may also select one of the other options at the top: My Documents, All Firm Cases, or All Firm Documents. So to search for my cases, I'm going to start by searching for one of the cases we created earlier. I'm going to enter in that case ID and then click Search. To view the details, you must click the row of the case from the results table to view its details. Once you select the row, the details of the case will display below. You can see the case summary, which includes the case ID and the extended case title. Next is your Parties section. This will list all the parties on the case. Note the party sequence number for each party. It is based on the order in which parties are added to the case, and then if an attorney is associated to a party, that party sequence number will be displayed in the Associated Parties column. So for instance, Bill Turney is associated to Bob Person, and Blue Parsons is associated or representing party number 2 and number 5, which is Tim Doe and Jen Doe. Next, you have your party ID column. This is a unique ID assigned to a party when they are added to the system. And then you have your party role. Each party's role is displayed next to their name, which is the next column. And then you have the start date, which is the date in which the party was added to the case. The end date is the date in which the party has been unassociated from the case. At this time, no one has been end dated on this case. And then this is the associated party I just mentioned earlier. And then lastly, there is a juvenile checkbox. If a party is marked as a juvenile, this means that the case details will not be visible to the public in eCourt Kokua. And then notice the Add button. If you click the Add button, this will take you to the Submit Filing on an Existing Case page, and that will allow you to add more parties to the case. And then note this is the Events section for this case. Currently there are no events yet. And then you have your Docket section. Each docket also has a sequence number. And then at the bottom is your Documents section. There are PDFs for each document. So now I'm going to show you can clear your search by clicking the Reset button, and then I'm going to show you how to search for my cases using the other search criteria. So this time I'm going to use a case type instead of a case ID. I'm going to select Circuit Court Civil, and this will show me any cases that Bill has filed in Circuit Court Civil since I'm logged in as Bill. So if I click Search now, these are all of the cases that have been filed in Circuit Court Civil. You could then narrow down your results at the beginning of the search or even now after the search. So note that right now I have 29 cases found for case type Circuit Court Civil. Let's say that you want to add a case filing start date of July 19th. You can do so by clicking the calendar icon and selecting the date, July 19th, and then click Search. I've now filtered it down to 13 cases. What that means is I have filed 13 cases under Circuit Court Civil case type on or after July 19th. So first you have your case ID, and then the court that the case was filed in, followed by the physical location of the court, and then the case type, as well as the case status. And then in the description column, this displays the short case title, and then lastly is your initiation date of the case. Note the yellow triangle that's pointing down. This means that the results are currently sorted in descending order, with the most recent case at the top and the older cases at the bottom. You can also sort with other columns, such as status, case type, location, court, and case ID. For instance, if you wanted to view by court, you could click the column heading and it will sort in alphabetical order. Likewise with the case ID, or even the case status. Now to view a case, click the row of the case that you want to view. The details will then be displayed below the table. So note the case summary will show your case ID, as well as the case title. The party section will show all of the parties on the case. Note the sequence number is used to tie the attorneys to the parties that they are representing. Note that when an attorney is representing more than one person, their sequence number will appear under the associated party column. So for Blue Parsons, he is representing both Tim Doe, person number 2, and Jen Doe, person number 5. Currently, there are no events on this case, and then you have your docket section, as well as your documents. If you selected the wrong case after viewing the details, you can continue to click the other rows to view the details of other cases. So for instance, I'll click on this row, and now those details will appear at the bottom. If you need to add more parties, documents, or fees, you can click the Add button, and this will redirect you to the Submit Filing screen. You can make your modifications and then go back to the home screen to search again. I'm going to reset my search and show you my documents. So if you click the My Documents radio button, your search criteria are the same, except now it's a docket code instead of case status. So you can search by case ID for a particular case by using this field, or use the case type drop-down over here to search for all cases in a particular category. The system will default the filing start date to today's date. You can clear this field by clicking the X in the field. If you want to narrow your search for a particular date range, you may do so here. For example, if you wanted to see all documents you filed in the month of July, you could select your dates by clicking the calendar icons. So I will use case type Circuit Court Civil again. Using the calendar icon, select July 1st through the end of July, and then click Search. This will now show you all documents that were filed on cases that were initiated in July. So your first column is the PDF icon. Next is your case ID, followed by your docket sequence number, and then the docket code, the docket code description, and then your document name, for whom the docket was filed for, the filing date of the docket, the filing time of the docket, and then whether or not the document was sealed or marked in camera. So if I come down here, you have pagination features at the bottom. There are 159 total documents, and each page will display 10 results. So you can go to the next page by clicking the number or by using the arrows. On this page, there is an in-camera document, and the Y has been marked for the in-camera column, and you do not see the PDF icon for this document because it is in camera. To view a document, you would simply click the PDF icon next to the document you wish to view. The system will give you the option to either download and open the file or save the file to your computer. I will not show the actual PDF at this time, so I'm going to hit cancel. Next, you can also search by docket code. I'm going to show you the list of docket codes For example, if you wanted to see all Notice of Electronic Filings, or NEFs, you could scroll through the list or start typing your docket code, and then it will appear. You can click on the code and then hit search, and now this will show you all NEFs that have been filed on your cases. Next is all firm cases. You can search by case ID or by case type. I'm going to search by case type using Circuit Court Civil again. Note again that the system will default the filing start date to today's date. You can clear this field by clicking the X, but if you want to narrow your search, you can search for a particular date range by using the calendar icons. So I'm going to use July again, July 1 through the end of July, and then click search. So again, you have the case ID in the first column, the court that you filed in, the physical location of the court, the case type, the status of the case, the description is your case title, as well as the initiation date of when the case was filed. And then again, your pagination features are at the bottom. You can go to the next page by clicking the number or by using the arrows. And then to view a case, you would click the row that you want to view, and then the details will display below. And now I'm going to reset again. And lastly, your last option is all firm documents. You can search again by case ID or by the case type. So I'm going to search by Circuit Court Civil. And note that the system will default the filing start date to today's date. You can clear out the field by clicking the X. But if you want to narrow your search for a particular date range, you may do so here by clicking the calendar icons. So for example, if I wanted to see all of the firm documents filed in the month of July, I could select July 1 through July 31st and then click search. There are 176 documents filed in July. If you'd like to view the other pages, you can click the page numbers. You can also use the arrows to go to the other pages. And then to view a document, simply click the PDF icon for that document, and then you will have the option to download and open the document or save the document to your computer. And this concludes our demo portion for JEFS Manage Cases.